Alright, this is the second video of this Unit 3 math, and it's going to be a little bit shorter than the other one was, but this one is dealing with multiplying and dividing by 10, 100, and 1,000. Okay. The first rule is to multiply a whole number by 10, 100, or 1,000, and next as many zeros to the whole number as in the power of 10. So for example, one of your problems, I think this is 1B, is 273. Okay? When you say 273 times 10, you're annexing only 1 0 because your power of 10 only has 1 0. So 10 times 273, all you have to do is write this. 2, 7, 3, and now annex a 0. So 10 times 273 is 2,730. Okay? When you say 273 times 100, you don't have to go and write it all out and drop zeros and all that. All you do is look. Okay? This is a power of 10. It has 2 zeros. So you write 2, 7, 3. And because this has 2 zeros in this power of a 10, all you got to do is just add 2 zeros to the right. So that is 27,300. Okay? And the last one is 273 times 1,000. This has 3 zeros. So you know that all you have to do is add 3 zeros to the end of this number. So go ahead and write 2, 7, 3. Because this is 3 zeros, you just add 3 zeros to the end of this number. So 1, 2, 3. And your answer is 273,000. Okay? Now we are dealing with decimals. Okay? When you multiply decimal by a power of 10, you move the decimal to the right as many times as there's a 0 in the power of a 10. So, for example, you have 1.389 times 10. So you can go ahead and write your 1. And because there's only 1 0 in the power of a 10 here, you're just moving your decimal to the right one time. So you say 1, then if you put your 3 down, you move the decimal one spot from here to here, and that leaves you with 13.89. Okay? Next you have 1.389 times 100. There's 2 zeros, so you're moving your decimal 2 spots. So you're going to move it from here, 1, 2. So that's going to leave you with 138.9. Because we moved it 2 spots, 1, 2. So it goes to the right of the 8. And then the last one is by 1,000. 3 zeros means you move your decimal 3 times. Okay? So 1, 2, 3. So now your answer is 1389 decimal 0. Okay? Or if you don't do the 0, you can get rid of the 0 and it just be 1,389. Either way is fine. Okay? To go back over that again, we'll do another one. Okay? We have 0.15. There's 1 0. So you're moving your decimal over to the right 1 spot. So that would equal 1.5. Okay? Next is 100. 0.15 times 100, 2 zeros, move your decimal over 2 spots. So 1, 2. That equals to 15 or 15.0. Okay? And your last one is 15 times 1,000. Okay? 3 zeros, right? So you got to move your decimal over to the right 3 spots. Okay? So 1, 2. uh-oh, there's not another number there. So what do? You annex a 0. So now you have your third number. So that would be 150. 150 or 150.0. Okay? That is doing multiplying by 10, 100, and 1,000. Alright, so now we're going to go to the next page. And if you notice, we skipped pages 283 to 288. It's important, it is, but you will get it next year. I'm just going trying to hit the highlights and maybe do a little review towards the end of the unit. So I skipped some of those, okay? You do not have to do page 290, so we're going to go on to page 291, okay? And this is dividing by 10, 100, or 1,000, okay? So, when you divide by 10, 100, and 1,000, you move the decimal point to the left. Multiply right. Divide left. Okay? And you annex zeros in the divisor. Okay? So, when you have 478 divided by 10, okay? When you look at a number, it's understood that a decimal is at the end of the whole number, okay? So you're going to divide by 10, that means a decimal is going to go to the left, all right? So 478 divided by 10, okay? Just like in multiplication, the number of zeros in your power of 10 decide how many spots you're moving the decimal. And again, in dividing, you're going to move the decimal to the left. All right? So when you divide by 10, there's 1 0. So when you move your decimal over to the left, you're only going one number. So you take the decimal and you move it to the left. So now you have the answer of 47.8. Okay? 1 0, one spot with the decimal. Okay? 478 divided by 100. There's 2 zeros, so your decimal here is going to be moved 2 times. So left once, left twice, and that equals 4.78. And last but not least, when you divide by 1,000, 3 zeros, so you move it over 3 times. 1, 2, 3. So that gives you the answer of 0.478. Okay? Now sometimes you'll have to annex zeros when you divide. Okay? So you have 0.9 divided by 10. 1 0 means you move decimal 1 spot. So, to do that, you have to annex a 0 and move the decimal over 1 spot. So 0.9 divided by 10 is actually 0.09. Okay? Again, number of zeros decide how many spots you move the decimal to the left. Okay? You have 2 zeros here. So 0.9 divided by 100. So go ahead and annex a 0. Okay? There's 1. So you still got to annex another 0 because the decimal has to be moved over twice. So 0.9 divided by 100 equals 0.009. And last but not least, you have 0.9 divided by 1,000. Okay? 3 zeros means you've got to move it to the left 3 times. Okay? So move it over. So annex a 0. So there's 1. Annex another 0. There's 2. And because this is 3, spot, you have to do another 0. And there's 3. So your answer equals 0.0009. Okay? And the same thing with this one here at the bottom. 0.68 divided by 10. That's 1 0. Move it over one spot. Annex a 0. That equals 0.068. 2 zeros. Move it over twice. So 0, 0. 0.0068 is 0.68 divided by 100. And because this is 1,000, you got to go 3 times. So 0.68 divided by 1,000, there's 1, there's 2, and then 3. Your answer equals 0.00068. Those are how you. These are examples of how you do day 4 in your Unit 3 math.